Hello, everybody. This is Kiefer with Huff Strength and Conditioning, and today I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about why you are having difficulty starting your fitness journey or difficulty making progress or staying consistent with it and all the above. My time as a student physical therapist and a personal trainer, I've noticed there's a lot of very consistent things that people like to say they can't do, or aspects of fitness that they find challenging, or things that inhibit them from starting. So I kind of want to discuss around 9 things that I find that are the most detrimental when it comes to starting. And I'm just going to kind of run off the cuff, so this isn't going to be anything planned out. Our first one is consistency. Now, consistency is being consistent, like going to the gym, with your workouts at home, anything really. It's tough because people, if they're not consistent, they won't even try because they feel that they're failing, right? You'll feel that you're failing because you're not consistently getting in the gym, or you're not consistently getting those workouts in. And I find that to be a very detrimental thing, because consistency is one of the number one things to building a habit, right? You have to be consistent at something, and you have to do that for long periods of time before it becomes a habit. So stick to the plan, no hiatuses with your training or your fitness journey, and just be consistent. Always set that time for yourself so that you can be consistent with your fitness. Number 2 is the time will never be perfect. And I think that's the case for almost everything in life, right? There'll never be a perfect time to start anything. Just like a family, right? There's never a perfect time to have a child. There's never a perfect time to start school. There's never a perfect time for really anything. You just have to start. And eventually it will all work out. So don't think of like having a perfect time saying, okay, I'll start next week, or I'll start after this vacation, or I'll start tomorrow morning. Just start. Start and be consistent, right? Those two, if you could do that, that would really help you out. And just be honest with yourself, right? There will never be a perfect time, and that's fine. And you just have to start. Third one is intensity. A lot of people go to the gym for like an hour and a half or something, and they barely break a sweat, and then they wonder why they're not getting results. You have to push yourself at the gym. You have to make it difficult. You have to make it uncomfortable. Getting stronger and getting better at something isn't comfortable. And any athlete or any person who's good at anything can atone to this. It's not comfortable. Change is not comfortable. And that's what happens whenever you get stronger or you get better at something. Change happens. And in order to have change happen, you have to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. So understand that if you go into the gym for an hour, hour and a half, and you're in there on your phone, scrolling through social media, chatting up with everybody at the gym, probably not going to make the progress that you want, and you're probably not going to see the results that you want. So you have to be very honest with yourself and look yourself in the mirror and say, am I really challenging myself, or am I just going through the motions? So challenge yourself. Don't just go through the motions, and be present for the whole thing. Push yourself hard. Number 4 is to learn from failure and not to dread it. People will always miss a workout or two, and then they think they failed, and they're like, well, might as well just give up or something. You are going to fail, okay? I would honestly like you just to say this with me right now. I will fail, and that's okay. Because it's okay. You've failed at hundreds of other things, and you've been fine. And you've been able to get back up and do those things over and over again. Think of any other hobby or endeavor that you've been into. Like, when have you not failed at it? You failed. I failed. Everybody you know has failed at something at some point in time, and that's okay. Be comfortable with failing, because you will fail in your lifelong consistency and fitness process and everything. You're going to fail, and that is okay. So get comfortable with it, learn from it instead of dreading it and regretting it. You need to learn from your failures and mistakes so you can be better the next day, right? Number 5 is that some is better than none. Some people have a misconception that you have to go to the gym for an hour to an hour and a half, or 2 hours for some people, and you have to do this, and in order to do that, then you got a good workout in. That is not the case, okay? especially somebody who's just beginning. You don't need an hour at the gym. And I would argue that if you're going to an hour at the gym, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. So a quick little workout that will, I guarantee, give you a great workout in session would say, right now, when you're done with this, just you're done with the video. When you're done, I want to see you do 10 air squats, 10 lunges, 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, and then a 20-second plank, okay? 10, 10, 10, 10, 20. And then do that 5 times through as fast as you can with as minimal rest as possible. And that will be a great workout for you if you're a beginner, or just anybody, really. Like I said, there's that intensity factor that comes into it, right? If you're pushing yourself hard, any workout will work for you. You have to push yourself. So just don't lie to yourself, right? You have the time. If it's important enough to you, your health in the future, and for whoever else is a part of this with you, whether that be your family, your kids, people who depend on you at your job, do it for yourself and do it for them. Okay? Your health is number one, because if you can't help yourself, then you can't help nobody. Okay? So that's what we got to work there. The next one that I want to talk about is that not every workout that has to be done at the gym are perfect. I think I made that clear at this point, right? You don't have to have a gym membership to stay in shape. You don't have to go to the gym for 2 hours a day, every single day, to stay in shape. You can do this anywhere. You can do body weight workouts for the rest of your life and have a great life and be healthy. That's all you need. Gravity is a very potent factor when it comes to things, and you can utilize gravity to your advantage and stay healthy. So don't think that you have to go to the gym, and don't think that you have to do specific things to stay in shape. Find out what works for you and fall in love with it. You need to find out what's going to get you most intrigued in what you're doing, and it's going to stick to it, okay? Do not think that you have to work out a certain specific way, like you see on Instagram or Facebook, okay? That's not how it goes. That's not how life is. It's not so black and white, right? There's a lot of nuances to these things, and you got to find out what works for you and what's going to keep you consistent and be able to keep your intensity high. Let's see, number 7, this is overanalyzing. I notice this a lot with people who have been working out for a little bit, and they've just been doing things, they made progress, and they kind of plateau, and they kind of wonder, like, well, what's the most optimal thing for me? What does my diet need to be like? What's my program need to be like? Do I need to do push-pull legs? Do I need to do more endurance? Do I need to do more running? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? You're overthinking it. I promise. Okay? There's no reason to be overanalyzing situations like that, unless you are like an elite athlete or you're at the top of your genetic potential, you're going to the league, top genetic people, top athletes. You probably don't need that much programming and specific things, and that falls back on the intensity aspect, right? Push yourself hard in every single workout you do, and you're going to make progress pretty much regardless. Accept the fact that 99% of us are not going to be some freak of nature at the gym, or some freak of nature that's just out there, running sub 540s. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all, or else you would already have known by now, especially if you're in your 20s, if you're one of those type of people. So be comfortable with beating yourself and not comparing yourself to other people. Because if you compare yourself to other people in every aspect of the gym, you're always going to be disappointed in yourself, because there's somebody who's better than you at everything. Somebody's not better than you at everything, but there's always somebody that's better than you at something. There's billions of people in the world. There's bound to be somebody who's better than you. And then I guess if you're the one person who is the greatest in the world at something, then congratulations, you're one of those freaks. So number 8 is reward yourself, right? So the other thing is you see on social media, like, people, the grinders, right? The grinders, the ones who are like, I get up at 3 a.m. I don't eat junk food. I do this. I do that. I'm always grinding. Like, let's be realistic with yourself. Who does that? Nobody, all right? Instagram and social media, all this is fabricated so that it looks like they're living the absolute perfect life, and nobody is, okay? It takes a real person to come on here and tell you that they don't live a perfect life and they make mistakes, and that is okay, and that happens. So when you're making progress, and whenever you feel that things are going well, reward yourself with something. Don't just hold yourself so strictly, because then that's whenever you fall off. When you hold yourself so strictly and you want to do something and you do it and then you fall off real hard. It's kind of like the binging mechanism, right? when you take away something for a long time and you don't do it, when you do it again, those neurons in your brain are fired, they're hardwired, and you end up doing it to a much higher degree. That's why, doing these things, but also rewarding yourself is going to keep you from hitting that binging mechanism. So don't hold yourself so accountable that you're too strict on yourself. Have some leeway with yourself. Remember, what was that one we talked about earlier? You're going to fail, and that's okay. Number 9, this is the last one. This is patience. Patience is a virtue, especially when it comes to your health and fitness in the long term. You won't wake up one day and think, I've got it. I've done it. This is what I wanted to do. Like, say like 5 years ago, you're like, I got where I wanted to be, because you'll always want to strive for more when you start doing fitness. And that's with everything with life, especially with the human condition. We're never satisfied. We're never satisfied with what we just have, right? We're happy with it. We can be content with it, but we always want more, right? That's where greed kind of comes in, and every human has a little bit of greed, and that can be, another rabbit hole you go down. But always strive for just a little more, right? And be patient with that process. It's going to take time. Myself, I've been lifting for 8 to 9 years, and it's taken a long time to get to where I am. And I'm still not as far as I want to be, and that's okay. Like, there's milestones that I hit back when I first started that I thought I would never hit, but you want to just keep going. You want to keep improving. But the main thing is to be patient, because you go in 2 months in and you're not seeing the results you want, and you quit, it's because you didn't have that patience. You got to be patient. This is a long haul. This isn't some quick little thing that you're going to do over time that's going to happen overnight. This is the long haul. So with that being said, I just kind of want to finish up and just ask a couple questions back to you. One, be honest with yourself. Are you ready for something like this? Are you ready to do something of this nature? To put yourself in a position to be vulnerable with yourself and to be consistent for the long term. So that's the tough part. That's tough. Number 2, just quit making excuses. We all have them. We're all busy. We all have things that come up in life, but be honest with yourself and what's important to you. Your health, your ability to care for your loved ones, your ability to work for others. What's truly important to you? And if it's important to you for your health and everything, then I urge you to make the time. There's some things you could probably cut out that you can get a 20-minute workout in a day. Be honest with yourself, right? Put yourself first in some situations. When it comes to your health and your longevity and being there for the ones you love, I think your health, they'll understand that it's very important that you put your health really high up there. So with that being said, I appreciate you listening. I hope this could help. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you want online coaching or remote coaching, please reach out and we can definitely discuss that. Other than that, have a great day.